What's up? Welcome back to the Metalhead Car Show. So Things I Follow isn't really the type of content I tend to do, but despite this channel is mainly focused on cars and metal, I am a huge fan of the Fallout series. My wife and I have beat 3 New Vegas, 4, we started with 76 and didn't really quite get that far into it just due to it was way too buggy to play. And we both really loved the Fallout TV series. So today I want to go over 10 things I really want to see in Season 2 of Fallout. I'm a huge fan of New Vegas, so Season 2 is going to be an absolute treat for me, but I wanted to do a list that's like half the TV show, half video game stuff I want to see. I think will make a really fun season. But enough dawdling, let's get right into it. Only warning you're going to get, there's going to be spoilers through this entire thing. If you don't want that, then stop watching the video. So those who've watched the series already know, but for those who haven't, Maximus is one of the main characters in the Fallout TV series. He's a squire in the Brotherhood of Steel that eventually takes on the power armor himself to go complete the mission. Now at the beginning of the series, he was very for the Brotherhood of Steel, but by the end of it, you can kind of see that starting to change a little bit. So as we go into Season 2, I want to see his ongoing character development and kind of see exactly where he's going to go. And with that, if he even stays with the Brotherhood at all. Now we know this is going to be based around New Vegas. We know there is a Mojave outpost for the Brotherhood of Steel in New Vegas. So that's likely where they're going to be going with this. But it'll be interesting to see whether if he sticks around by the end of the series. So Boon is one of your optional companions in Fallout New Vegas. He was a sniper in the NCR for a long time, and his main thing in Fallout New Vegas is he has a huge thing against Legion because, well, Legion's awful, but also Legion kidnapped his wife to put her into slavery and he had to kill her as a mercy killing. And that guilt and agony rides with him the entire time. But frankly, I think he's one of the most memorable companions in the whole Fallout series, and I think it'd be really cool to see him once again in this. Now, one of the endings of Fallout New Vegas, Boon re-enlists with the NCR, and he works with them after the Battle of Hoover Dam. So it'd be cool to see something like a 40-ish year old Boon still with the NCR, or what's left of the NCR, in Fallout Season 2. I don't want this to be a complete fan service, so Boon is the only companion I'm mentioning for this. Thaddeus was another squire in the Brotherhood of Steel, but unlike Maximus, who really want to prove himself and show that he can do it, Thaddeus was always pretty self-centered and wanted to help the Brotherhood of Steel, wanted to move forward, but didn't really care about who he stepped on along the way. And in the TV series, Thaddeus gets his foot crushed accidentally by Maximus, takes something in which makes his foot completely re-heal and makes him sort of immortal to wounds or completely self-healing after any sort of harm is done to him. It's up for debate towards what he took, but the idea is he likely took FEV, which means he might be turning into a super mutant in the future. Now, whether if we'll see Thaddeus in the next season is up in the air. The last we see of him, he kind of runs off into the bushes, hiding from the Brotherhood of Steel because they think he's turning into a ghoul, which the Brotherhood of Steel does not take kindly to ghouls or super mutants. So what we might actually be seeing from Thaddeus in the future is him coming back as potentially a super mutant. Will we see him in Season 2? I'm not really sure about that, but I think we'll definitely be seeing him in the future. Hopefully Season 2, but what we'll be seeing him as is very much up in the air. The Mysterious Stranger has been a perk since Fallout 1. He's had different forms through every single Fallout game. Some he can be killed, some he's only there for a brief second. But the premise of the Mysterious Stranger is, at least more recent games, it's a perk you can get. So whilst you're using your VAT system, the Mysterious Stranger will pop out and one-shot kill anything you're trying to actually kill. One of the very few characters in the entire Fallout series that actually acknowledges the Mysterious Stranger is Nick Valentine from Fallout 4. So to see the Mysterious Stranger pop up and have a moment in Fallout Season 2 would actually be very cool. I'm expecting Lucy to have no idea what just happened. I'm kind of expecting the ghoul to have some idea, but not really know. And after he's come and killed off whatever is needed, he vanishes off into the air. You just hear his music playing in the distance. The Enclave's been a part of the Fallout series since the beginning. They've always been a fascist shadow government within the Fallout universe that was believed to be killed off in Fallout 3 and kind of be something of the past in Fallout New Vegas. But as we've seen in Fallout 4 and the TV show, they've always been in the background going. Especially in the Fallout TV series, where we can actually see a huge Enclave base still operating. So it'd be cool to see what their part is in Season 2 of Fallout. Especially if they're a part of the decision making on Vault-Tec dropping the bomb first. Fallout New Vegas has a bunch of factions. NCR, Caesar's Legion, the Brotherhood of Steel, the Boomers, the Great Khans, the Powder Gangers, the Kings, and the Followers of the Apocalypse, just to say a few. I'm not expecting this. I'm not really hoping to see every single faction just be dumped into the TV series, but to hear a little bit about them, or just a little bit in passing, on kind of where they're at or if they still exist at all, I think would be a real treat. Keeping in mind the time frame between New Vegas and the TV series is like 15 years, a lot can change. The last we see of Norm's stuck in Vault 31, completely unable to get out with no food or water. He's just discovered Vault-Tec's plan of what they've been doing with Vault 33 and Vault 32 the entire time, of having buds on ice the entire time to run those vaults the way that Vault-Tec intended on them being run 200 years earlier. The options he was given was sit there and die, wait for a rad roach to come out for food, or put yourself into a pod and be frozen for the rest of eternity. But Norm's smart. Norm's very smart. I think if there's anyone we've seen so far that could get themselves out of there without excessive force, it's definitely Norm. So I really want to see his escape from Vault 31 in Fallout Season 2. This one might be a bit of an odd pick, but hear me out. So Yes Man was one of the people you could side with in Fallout New Vegas. Yes Man provided an independent New Vegas that would run itself with no head and master, which frankly didn't work very well. Now, if you're wondering why I said Yes Man and not Robert House, we're going to see Mr. House. Mr. House will be a part of this, and I believe that so much I didn't actually think to even add him to the list. Now, with that, we know there's been some Battle of New Vegas. We know something broke in. I have a couple theories on that, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it's 50-50 that House could actually be dead right now, especially if that comes down to the canon ending of Fallout New Vegas. But no matter how that battle went, no matter what happened to Mr. House, Yes Man's a program. Yes Man will be around. Now, whether if they add him in or not is up to them, but Yes Man as a character will definitely still be around unless someone figured out how to completely delete Yes Man from every system, which is unlikely. Also, if you side with Yes Man in Fallout New Vegas, this is the last we hear from him.
You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to. I didn't want to make a big deal about this until after we won, but, well, I found some code snippets in one of Mr. House's databanks that will let me, reprogram my personality to be a little more assertive, basically. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to take me a while, so it'll seem like I'm offline. But don't worry, everything will be okay. I've updated the Securitron's targeting parameters, so they know what to do. Vegas will be protected. So that's where I'll be, off making a few changes, and I guess I'll see you around.
So whilst he's going quiet, he's going to try to figure out how to be more sentient, make his own decisions, and knowing what can happen with Yes Man, that could be a very, very evil thing. That being under the assumption that Yes Man was the canon ending to Fallout New Vegas. We're getting there. But nonetheless, seeing Yes Man in Fallout Season 2 would be super cool. So Hank McClane is Lucy's father. He was kidnapped in the first episode of Fallout, and it was always seemed like a rescue mission to get him back to Vault 33. Turns out he was the cause for a lot of shit that happened in the Fallout universe. And he was also part of Buds. Now, I don't know how I'd want to see him die or how I expect it to happen, but I think we're going to see him die. And then after that, we'll see the real villain exposed for a future season of Fallout. Sort of the same thing like Benny was in Fallout New Vegas or Kellogg in Fallout 4. The villain for the first half of the game, but not the villain. I've now mentioned this a few times in the video, the canon ending to Fallout New Vegas. Now, despite I didn't add Mr. House to the list because we're going to hear about Mr. House, we are going to hear about this. And frankly, I think hearing about the canon ending to New Vegas is a little bit more important. Because in New Vegas, you had the options of siding with the NCR, Caesar's Legion, Yes Men, or Mr. House, all of them having wildly different endings and outcomes for the Mojave Wasteland. So it'll be really interesting to see who actually won the Hoover Dam and who is actually in control of the Mojave Wasteland, and with that, what shape it's been left in. That's right, you get a little bonus. We're gonna make this one quick, but I want to see Ron Perlman. Now, for the Fallout fans, I don't need to explain it, but for those who haven't played the game, here you go. Ron Perlman has always been the narrator for the Fallout games. He's always had such an important part in the games. I feel it's weird he wasn't in Season 1. I think he needs to be in Season 2 for that. Anyway, that's my list of things I want to see in Fallout Season 2, but I want to know, what do you think? What would you like to see in Fallout Season 2? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, enjoy what you've seen. I tend to post a few times a week, and I'll see you later.